Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what's happening with XRP in the XRP community. Now as you can see here from CoinMarketCap, look at all of this, 23 cents. We had a small bounce even though most of the coins here are green. So that's a good sign for the whole crypto space. But if we go to Alien Vision, possible inverse head and shoulders plus double bottom. So inverse head and shoulders. And then we have here a double bottom. So look at that. We went up, we came back down, held support, and it went back up. Now guys, before we jump into the news, I would like to state I'm not a financial advisor, nor this is financial advice. This is just for entertainment value only. We can see here from XRP Store, first corridors were the Philippines and Thailand. Right now we have over 12 corridors. Within the year of launch, we are having an average growth rate over 50%. We're connecting with over 10 partners looking into developed countries. Let's watch this video.
My name is Camille Zhang. I'm a business development manager at Coin on Transfer. Our company, Coin on Transfer, is located in Seoul, South Korea. As a retail remittance service, we launched Cross, the first blockchain-based remittance service in South Korea. We launched Cross in October last year, and then we adopted RippleNet December of the same year. Once we start using Ripple solution, there's a lot of good partners in RippleNet. They have also good understanding and also passionate about the blockchain solutions. When we work with our partners in RippleNet, we can easily integrate with the solution, and also the operational cost it's getting lower because we have the same level of understanding. We can use the unified format of the requesting the remittance, so we can easily connect with our other partners. And then our first corridor was Philippines and Thailand, and right now we are having over 12 corridors at this moment. We are having a big growth at this moment, and for a year from the launch, we are having average monthly growth rate over 50%. And the interesting thing is our customer retention rate is constantly over 80%. On RippleNet, at this moment, we are connecting 4 partners for a year, and then we are contacting over like 10 partners at this moment. Right now, our main customer segment is the foreign workers, but we want to have a new customer segment, which is the Korean. The purpose of remittance would be the sending living expenses or tuition fee. So in that case, we are looking into the developed country, including America, UK, Hong Kong, and Singapore. So hopefully we can connect with the remittance company who are providing those corridors through RippleNet.
So there you go guys. Lots of progress happening, all around the world as well. XRP. Ripple said 2020, the year of digital asset. Do you think this will be that year XRP makes a move above its previous all-time high of $3.84? Now we could see here 62.9% thinks yes, which I personally do think yes as well, and then 37.1% thinks no. We got here 777. That's crazy, but what do you guys think? Yes or no? Over, $3.84 this year, or is that not a possibility? Crypto Poet XRP wants to add a feature that would allow people to launch assets pegged to an external value, said David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple.
That's why. You've suggested changes for the XRP ledger. Can you give us an overview of what those changes are and what they might mean for the network?
I've suggested a bunch of changes that fall into several different categories. One of those categories is like core consensus improvements. One of the things that I've said a lot is that proof of work is kind of a technological dead end. It works fine. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying that there hasn't been any significant innovation in it. There are also changes that are in the form of new features. One of the features that I think is very exciting is a feature that would allow people to launch well, stablecoins are the obvious use case, but it's not just stablecoins. It's essentially assets pegged to some external value. Features similar to that exist on other systems, but the interesting thing about this is that the liquidity is guaranteed by the ledger. That's why.
David Schwartz talking about assets pegged to an external value. I'm pretty sure we've seen the same type of video, but which was older in my last video. Now guys, we're into the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now this is quite interesting. Reborn tweeted out, "Nothing to see here." Now we could see Bart. Look at his t-shirt. Isn't that quite interesting, guys? Remember, I'm pretty sure that's the Triskelion. Again, there you go. Triskelion looks awfully similar to Ripple. Now, if we go down here, this is the 30-second clip. We won't watch it, but I'll leave all these links down in the description below so you guys can check it out. But this is a cool clip. We can see here. That's quite interesting. That is from Reborn once again. Who remembers? Mark Carney calling for a new virtual currency that could ease the reliance on the US dollar. August last year, how time flies. Everything's playing out just as we was told it would. A test of patience indeed. Giant leap, sudden change. Soon moon. Let's watch this video.
Carney, hope Sarah's sitting down because he is calling for the creation of a new virtual currency that could ease the reliance of the world on the U.S. dollar, which he says creates some of the problems that we have today. I can explain more of that in a second. He also says the UK outlook, hinges critically on Brexit. Sarah, he is pointing out that, for example, half of all international trade is priced in dollars, but the U.S. that's 5 times greater than the U.S. contribution to world output, along with 2/3 of world securities priced in dollars. And he says the problem there is that U.S. interest rate policy, U.S. exchange rate policy becomes exported to other parts of the world, and he says that is not the optimal way to run things. He acknowledges a long way off, but it's a pretty radical
Where did that come from,
proposal
Steve? Is
from
he
a
trying
guy
to get
who's
kicked out of Jackson Hole?
No, but I think what he's dealing with, Sarah, is this idea of why are we having so many problems related to the U.S. being strong but the rest of the world being weak? And he says that's because so much of the world is priced in dollars. So the theory of flexible exchange rates resolving these imbalances is not working. You know, Sarah, this is not the first time this idea has been talked about or floated. There's the special drawing rights from the IMF. But anyway, all these questions that you may have and I have still, we're going to get a chance to talk to Mark Carney about this issue and others, including the outlook for the UK, potential spillovers to the US, as well as the rest of the world and emerging markets. So we're going to talk to him at 5:30 today. And just before that, we'll get a chance to maybe ask Rich Cloward, the Vice Chairman of the Fed, about this as well.
Yes, it seems very confusing. I mean, as if these guys didn't have enough challenges on their plate on traditional central banking. They're going to deal with the digital currency. I mean, making monetary policy with that seems hard.
I mean, I think what he might be getting at here is this idea that the U.S. is affecting the world beyond the amount which the world should be affected. And that's why, you know, Sarah, I know former...
Again, guys, that's quite interesting. A new virtual currency that could ease the reliance on the US dollar. Isn't that quite interesting? Next week comes from Rom the Weird. Oh yes, there will be more. 1 pop, 2 pop, 3 pop. Once you see our baby slingshots, a following week all green, it looks like. So, again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Now, Baba Cooks has come back and tweeted, as I've said, unilateral agreements were made at Davos. Have you noticed a shift on attitude and speed since? Everyone is on the same level. Trust Baba Yaga. So let's watch this video.
But probably the greatest demonstration of soft power is the fact that the U.S. has the reserve currency of the world. And that's not going away overnight. But to the extent that we have a unilateral foreign policy and a unilateral trade policy, we're sort of tempting the world to find an alternative to kind of clear and use something other than the US dollar. That's not practical today. It's not going to happen in all likelihood with euros. It's not quite yet. The Chinese currency is not quite ready for that yet. But there's enough technology out in the world today with cryptocurrency and changes going on that you can imagine, if you let your mind wander a little bit, that something becomes an alternative in the future. And we shouldn't be tempting fate like that because it's such an important contributor to U.S. success. But probably the great...
There you go once again. Final tweet for today's video. This is the XRP community from Baba Cugs. Ripple drop, midday results expected day after. Reality, Ripple drop, slow and steady, everything's coming true. Everyone wants to claim our insiders are frauds, yet everything's coming true. I know you see it. Let's watch this video.
About all the other different types of cryptocurrencies that are out there as well, including maybe some of the ones we haven't even seen yet that could be asset backed by things like gold.
I think, listen, we are going to see the one thing that we learned last.
Asset backed by gold. So quite interesting. But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. I'll see you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And yeah, guys, see ya.